Yeah? Well, if you were me, then I'd be you. And I'd use your body to get to the top. You can't stop me no matter who you are.
This week, Detroit 300, the well-known crime-fighting community organization, announced its plans to hunt down the killers of children in the city of Detroit. In the wake of the recent murder of 9-month-old Delrick Miller IV, the group intends to target local hotspots where area gangs hang out.
Okay, I don't mean to be that guy, but if they're well known and, they clearly have been organized and been doing this for a while, I mean, shouldn't the problem be solved already? I'm just saying, right? Because we're talking about Detroit here, and Detroit reputation precedes itself. It was one of the few cities that I actually haven't gone. I haven't been in Michigan at all in the course of my life. I have to change that eventually one day. But either ways, when it comes to urban America, this shit is universal. It's literally no different than in Chicago, Newark, or anything else like that. And unfortunately, fellas, too little, too late. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we are beyond that. Like right now, there are, like, in all of these communities that I just rattled off, right? Every night there is a shipment of constituents being flooded into these areas, particularly during the Biden administration. And unfortunately, I mean, that cultural barrier is something that you're not going to be able to particularly withstand. You're not going to be able to get to all of them in each of them. But either way, sirs, continue.
We're calling on all men to stand up. If you have an ounce of courage in you, if you have an ounce of fearlessness in you, we're asking you to stand up. We're not.
Once again, not to be that guy, but it's still babies that are getting killed, right? And as we've discussed on this channel multiple times, it's this welfare state that encourages women to take any load and just run on off. I mean, seriously, how hard is it for a woman to just get laid, right? So, like, any point you're gonna sit there and tackle that, because these children who are being made, like, I mean, ladies, you're making them in these communities where gunfire is going off, and this is not to in any way diminish the loss of life, which has this gentleman right here that looks like the starring character in a Spike Lee movie, all enraged and the like. No, it's not in any way means to diminish her life, but the young ladies that birthed these children, they birthed them in these communities. I mean, in many cases, before having the opportunity, before taking any opportunities to, to live life as not a mother. So, I mean, there's so much give and take to be had on this. But as far as, throwing your life on a line for Bebe's kids, what essentially boils down to Bebe's kids, I mean, my dude, fellas, I've been telling y'all for the longest, run, get while the getting's good.
We're not asking you, we're demanding you to stand up, because these babies have been killed on our watch.
And those babies have fathers and mothers that, had them in the circumstances that they had them in. And so why should somebody whose business that it ain't make some business that ain't theirs? Like, it's so infuriating, because this shit is the same bullshit we've been hearing since the fucking 90s, since the 80s and 90s and shit. Oh, black man, you gotta do this. Black man, you gotta do that. No, I ain't gotta do nothing but stay black and die. Rest in peace, Mr. Clark.
Babies have been abducted on our watch. These babies have been accosted and victimized on our watch. So as men, it's demanded upon us to stand up. Now, our question to you is, where are the uncles, the cousins, the fathers, the brothers of these victims, these babies? Where are you at? And
this is a question for the mother. That's the thing. Like you sit here talking to them. It's a question for the mother, because she's the one who has these kids. But no. He's like, where are their uncles and where are their blood relatives? Like, man, like, who the fuck knows? I don't know.
What are you doing? Our message to the gangbangers and anybody else that's engaged in a lifestyle that put babies like this and our seniors in jeopardy of their lives. We're telling you, there is no coming together with you. Period. There is no uniting with you. Let it be known from this day forward, you are our enemy.
It's 2021. Why do you sound like you want an episode of Rock? If you do not know the show Rock, by all means, please Google that shit, because it's Charles S. Dutton, and I don't know why I'm getting this vibe, yo. I remember in this episode with Heavy D. Like, remember? Oh my god, like so few people are gonna get this, but there was this episode of Rock where Heavy D played a gangster, some shit like that, and like, yo, he was like trying to come off real tough, this long light skin, Stay Puft Marshmallow ass, yo. I'm just saying. Oh.
Period. There is no coming together. Period. There is no seminar. There is no workshop. There is no session. There is no sit down to talk about you. We are coming after you, period. Today is the wrong day to be on the wrong side of the law.
But you're still going to be trying to use the law, meaning you can't catch bodies. They can catch bodies. Sir. I don't think you thought this through. I really don't think you've thought this all the way through, because, like, you know, when it comes to that gangster shit, as somebody who has an who's been intimately familiar with the outlaw lifestyle, I can tell you, you know, when you're playing by rules against somebody who don't got no rules, well, shit. like it's not a particularly a winning formula, and really who you need to be getting at are these young ladies that take any type of load without getting married, without, like, I mean, it's always just this, like, y'all be, how do I put it? Seeing how we're going back in black cinema, In Too Deep, right? When Omar Epps gotta pretend to shoot at the guy so his cover isn't blown in that movie. That's a fantastic metaphor for urban America for the past 40, you know what I'm saying, 50, 40 years and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, yeah, there's nothing wrong with your aim, just gotta change the target. No, your aim is all fucked up, and I'm at this point where it's like, yo, I really feel like their aim is fucked up on purpose. I genuinely believe this. Like, oh yes, like somebody was like, oh well, we gotta make it seem like we care. We gotta, you know what I'm saying, throw a bunch of black men out there and tell y'all, hey, black man, stop blowing loads in these, stop, you know what I'm saying, like blowing loads in these women and then blowing the kids away and shit. And it's just like, well, you know, like maybe, just that welfare state situation, because that's pretty huge and a big part of the reason why the young ladies can just go and make people and shit without particularly having that person's best interest and a desire for having that person have the best quality of life that they possibly could. I mean, this shit runs so fucking deep, and these motherfuckers is shallow as a puddle of spit. So guys, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Don't be scared of you, sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day, share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube and Bitchute and are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications, get something from Teespring. Check me out on Odyssey as well. Links in the description. Actually go in the description box and do damage and speak. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Look, I don't mean to be a downer and shit. I really don't. But this is the same bullshit we've been hearing for the past 4 fucking decades. Go fuck yourselves. Seriously. You put our fucking hands behind our backs. You sit here and fucking, like, yo, always point the finger at us and shit as black men, and it's like, yo, nah, fuck you, bro. Like the entire shit's fucked up, and you never look at the core fucking problems. And the core problem is that, yo, particularly descendant families have been fucking broken. Feminism and fucking and government jobs and pensions and shit just wrecked this motherfucker. You ain't sit here and got the nerve to say to wag your fucking finger at motherfuckers who ain't got. Oh well, these kids died, and so it's on black. No, it's on the motherfuckers that killed them, and it's on their parents for where they had them at. But you may disagree. There's some comment sections for. Until the next one.
Your booze mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Every breath I take without your permission raises my self-esteem.